There's this report by Leaders NG that Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, has been banned by the presidency from holding monthly media briefings. Researching this report online shows that it has been posted on Facebook and other media. There's also this report by Daily Post that Wike's aide refuted the news, but clicking on the link, it errors out, showing that Daily Post deleted the report. Anyway, since Wike can't do without media briefings, we will know in a few days if he was truly banned or not. And one of the reasons why they banned Wike from holding media briefings, according to reports, it says, one of the reasons for the ban is that in Rivers State, relative calm is returning after Wike successfully lobbied Tinubu to declare a state of emergency when he was denied access to Rivers Treasury by Governor Fubara. The president's camp is worried that Wike's outbursts, especially towards those elders, could plunge the state into another political meltdown. Yes, just like the report claimed, if Wike minded his business after he left Rivers State Government House and became the FCT minister, there wouldn't have been any political crisis in Rivers State to start with. But because he wanted to control the Rivers State Treasury, he wanted to continue controlling everything politics in Rivers State. That was why he started meddling in the affairs of the governor. And since the governor wasn't playing ball, he started using lawfare and ultimately convinced Tinubu to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State. Through that state of emergency, they were able to conduct Rivers State local government election, and the governor and his supporters never participated in the election. Why would they, when Fubara has already been given a condition for peace that he should not recontest for second term? Yes, so if he's not going to recontest in 2027, why does he need to have his allies and supporters in position, especially being chairman of local government areas in Rivers State? So that's why maybe Fubara will not even need to join APC officially. Yes, because he's not recontesting. What does he stand to gain by joining APC, just like the governor of Enugu State has joined APC? Coming back to Wike and his bi-weekly or monthly media briefing, it has never made any sense that an FCT minister who is serving an APC administration will always call the press and start yapping about politics in Rivers State, not even presenting what he is doing in the FCT, not even telling Nigerians that the insecurity that is ravaging FCT today, what he's doing to stop it, water that is lacking in many places, all the needed infrastructure in the FCT. He doesn't call these press briefings to tell Nigerians what he's doing. Rather, he calls them to insult elders in Rivers State, always bragging and insulting people for no reason. As a matter of fact, no other minister does this. Yes, how can you justify holding media briefings when you are not promoting what you are doing in government? Rather, you are promoting how you are controlling Rivers State, how you control everything, including the treasury, including the politics of Rivers State. It has never made any sense at all. So if they truly banned him from holding these briefings, then it is the right thing to do, because it has become embarrassing not just for Wike but also the presidency. How can one man be always in the media talking about himself, talking about Rivers State, insulting people? In fact, in most of these media briefings, you will see Wike implicating himself. A huge example is the recent interview he granted on Channels TV, where he claimed that his wife and children are all American citizens. This is a politician that has lived all his life. He has never worked another job apart from politics since 1999. Here he is claiming that the rest of his family are all Americans, and he also added that his in-laws bought the 3 mansions in their names, in the names of his children, that he wasn't aware of it when they did all this. Can you imagine that on national television? It's so embarrassing. Not that the government will do anything to him, he's their ally, but it makes it very obvious to Nigerians that they support corruption. They shield their own when it comes to corruption. Because he's part of them, they will look away. But let an opposition member be accused of doing such, all security agencies in Nigeria would descend on that person. That's the double standards of this administration. Another thing is, Wike continues to feel that he is indispensable to Tinubu. He is not aware that by declaring a state of emergency in Rivers State, Tinubu achieved what Wike would have achieved for him. Yes, he has achieved it on a platter. By installing APC members at the local government level in Rivers State, he has achieved what Wike would have achieved for him. This was their initial plan around the country when they went to the Supreme Court to ask them to declare local government autonomy. The Supreme Court immediately obliged. Of course, it is in the law. To their surprise, the governors started negotiating because of the revenue. All the governors maintained joint accounts with local government areas in their states. And what did they get in return? They got governors to decamp to APC. Yes, showing you that they never believed that governors could decamp in the first place. But when they hit their revenue by going after local government areas, these governors were forced to decamp, including other things they negotiated. Yes, now that most local government areas in Rivers State are mostly under the leadership of APC, he no longer needs Wike. He has gotten everything on a platter. Also, consider that Sim Fubara is not going to return for second term, so they will simply impose whoever they want as the governor. Yes, so looking at everything that is happening, you will see that Wike has literally no leverage against Tinubu. He can't negotiate based on anything. Everything Tinubu wants in Rivers State today, he has gotten it. Only except Rivers people will resist in 2027. Yes, because the power still belongs to the people. If Wike is sacked as FCT minister today, he will simply go back fully to PDP and join the opposition and start opposing Tinubu. That's the worst he can do. But Tinubu is not likely to sack Wike from his cabinet. On the other hand, Wike will not decide the flag bearer of APC in Rivers State in 2027. Yes, he cannot decide that. He may also decide that of PDP, but there will definitely be a clash between them. He will be forced to work for the APC candidate despite the fact that he did not partake in nominating the person. This is the reality. This is literally handing over Rivers State to Tinubu, just like what Obasanjo tried to do when he was in power. He wanted to decide the flag bearer of PDP in Anambra State governorship election, but at the end of the day, Peter Obi defeated that candidate in court. This is exactly what is going to play out in 2027. Tinubu wants to hand over the ticket to one of his allies in Rivers State, but Wike will not like that person. He would like to nominate another person, maybe directly from his political camp. That is where the clash is going to come from. But eventually he will bow to pressure because he can't question Tinubu. Yes, never mind the fact that he brags to his friends that he gets whatever he wants, that Tinubu listens to him, that he can't sack him, blah blah blah. That time will come in 2027 when he will be forced to accept another candidate, that's Tinubu's candidate as the governor of Rivers State. The only reason this is not going to play out in 2027 is if Rivers people take their destinies by their own hands. Yes, if they resist and identify a candidate who will work for Rivers people and vote for that person, not just voting for him, stand behind that your vote and defend it as far as you can to all the stages of collation, then it will play out. But Nigerians, not just Rivers people, must defend their vote. 4 years is a long time in your life. Imagine if you were 20 years in 2023, you are now 22, and in 2027 you will be 24 years. Imagine handing over 4 years of your life to a politician that will not do anything about uplifting your life, rather to degrade it to a worse situation, worse than he met it. So you can imagine your situation when you will be 28 years and you look back and compare your life to your colleagues in other countries. Most 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds in many countries buy brand new cars. They don't need to pay cash. All they need to do is to get a job. And the jobs are there waiting for them, just like jobs were available for graduates in the 70s and 80s in Nigeria. So all they need to do is get that job, hold that job for more than 3 months, and they can sign up for a mortgage in any bank. And they will buy that car, pay a deposit, and start paying monthly, hire purchase. If you want that to happen in Nigeria, if you want a Nigeria that will have jobs available for fresh graduates, they don't need to look for jobs. In fact, starting from NYSC, you already have like 3 jobs waiting for you. You have to pick one from all of them. This used to be the reality in Nigeria. It's no fairy tale. So if you want all that to happen, you must devote time during elections to make sure you stand behind the best candidate. That best candidate will do his best to make sure your fortunes are turned around. Thanks for watching.